Hello, everybody. This is Glenn from Thrive After 50. Welcome to tonight's live broadcast here on Facebook. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to come here tonight. Tonight's topic is kind of one that's near and dear to my heart here. It's, how do you manifest a big dream? Okay, I'm kind of in the process of doing that myself. In fact, this past weekend, I took another step toward that. I had a retreat, a 7 hour a mini retreat, I'll call it, where I had put it all together myself, had speakers there. I spoke. It went very, very well. Like I said, it lasted 7 hours, and the response I got was great. Now, that took a lot of courage on my part to get up there and do that. And I'm so happy that I did. I feel like I really accomplished something great. And it's stepping toward my dream. It is definitely stepping toward my dream of helping people, empowering them, inspiring them to bring up their gifts, to become more. I'm excited about the path I'm on. I really am. So, and I want the same for you. I really, really do. Well, anyway, again, my name's Glenn. I'm from Thrive After 50, where I encourage bold, passionate, vibrant living. That's what I encourage all of us to step out of our comfort zone and do. I think it's a perfect time of life to actually do this. You know, your career is behind you. You can take a few gap years off to do what you've always wanted to do. Go travel, go play golf, go shop, go do whatever it is there. And I encourage you to do that. Okay, but eventually you're going to find that you need more. Okay, that you need more. You're going to get used to it. You're going to start getting bored. Even if you have everything you think you want, you're eventually going to find yourself wanting more or being bored to some extent here. And that's why I encourage each and every one of you to have something that's bigger than you that you're working toward. And when I say bigger than you, I'm talking about something that may take your entire life. That's what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. This will take the rest of my life, and I'm excited about it. This is my vocation. This is my life's work. My career was for the children and to get us to where we had to go and to make ends meet, put food on the table, so on and so forth. But now I've stepped into this new vocation, that is more meaningful. It comes from my heart as opposed to just having to do it for the income. And, some of you have heard my story, but if you're anything like me, a lot of us had to do things that we just kind of fell into that provided that income we needed to raise our family, to make ends meet, so on and so forth. Not many of us that I know of anyway, really chose their career from their heart, something that was really, really meaningful. The few that I do know, I mean, I honor you. I I feel blessed to know you, to know that you're still going to be doing this and you're going to continue doing this to the end of your days here. And it's a huge gift that you have there. So anyway, today's topic: how do you manifest your big dream? Okay, how do you make this happen and not just talk about it, but actually put it into function, into actually stepping towards it, making it happen here. I'm still in the process. It's not anything that just, you do overnight. Again, it's a lifetime process here, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger there. So don't, be impatient with it, or don't think that you're not doing it right because things haven't happened or something like that. So anyway, and we'll talk about it. But anyway, I believe there's 4 ways that we can do this. And the first thing is to visualize yourself. If you know what your dream is, and that's the first thing, if you have an idea of what your dream is, visualize that. If you don't know what your dream is right now, you've got some internal work to do, okay? Start asking yourself, putting that question out there to the universe. What is it that really serves me, that lights my fire, that makes me feel good, that really turns me on, that that I'm passionate about, or that I can be passionate about. It might be something that really angers you that is going on in the world, that you'd like to see change, that you're committed to making it right, and there could be plenty of those. But, once you get there, visualize yourself. Where do you want to be 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road? What do you see yourself doing? And this is something I did a long time ago, and it's happening. It's happening. It's not happening. Never happens as quick as you want it to, of course, but it is happening. And as the years go on and as I do this, I learn more, I become more confident and I encourage, and it becomes easier. It actually becomes easier here. So anyway, visualize that. And when I say visualize that, see that picture in your head as to what it is. For example, I've got a picture right now of having a home on the southern tip of an island. I'm guessing it might be in the Caribbean or something. Again, I try to get as detailed as I can, but just a little building up on stilts there, and I have envisioned sleeping, getting out of bed real early in the morning, hearing the breezes run through the trees there, and having the slider open, and there's steps walking down, but I can see the sheer blinds kind of blowing in the little breeze that's coming in and moving in and out, and there's someone lying in the bed to me, and I can kind of see the layout of the kitchen here to something. But anyway, I see myself walking out, going on the beach, walking along that beach there, and facing south during the winter. You see the sunrise and the sunset, which is great, and that's just an example. And I've got a living area underneath the stilts there too, where I go in there and envision opening up my computer, checking my bank balance, and the bank balance I've dreamed up is there, right down to the penny almost, or the dollar. It's just pretty incredible. But that for me is something I wrote out. I spent time on. I journaled. I can see it. I can feel it. I can taste it. I can just use all of your senses there. I can touch it there. And that's what I mean by visualize, is putting yourself right into it, seeing where you're at. What is that situation that you want to be in? That's for the home. It might be your career or something like that you see. You might see yourself speaking up in front of a big group of people or so. It might be seeing yourself playing an instrument in an orchestra that you've always revered and hope to get into. Whatever your dream is, that's what I'm encouraging you to do, is just to visualize that really happening and becoming real for you. Okay, so that's the first step, and that's a really important step there. Think of it in terms like this. You have these visions, you have these dreams there. You might have been gifted these visions. These are your visions only, and maybe this vision you see is something that shows you the possibilities that lie there for you, and it's just a matter of you stepping into it and taking action and believing that can actually happen. So I guess what I'm saying is believe in that higher power too, that maybe these visions are meant to be in your head. Be patient. There's three things I think you really need to be patient with the whole process here, or to be cognizant of in this whole process. The first one is being patient. You got to be patient with yourself here. Okay, there's going to be times where you're going to fall back, you're going to fall off track, you're not going to maybe eat the way you want to do, or get physically fit the way you want, or your career isn't going to turn in every direction the way it's meant to. That's okay. Take a day off, step back, forgive yourself too. That's a real important part too of being patient. There's forgive yourself. And then the second one is to persevere. Okay, be patient, forgive yourself, but then get back on track. Take that step slowly start stepping again towards what you're doing. Some days it may be nothing more than reading a quote maybe, or a few pages out of a book. Other days it might be, where you're journaling or writing or creating something in a much greater extent there. But perseverance is the second one. And the third one I've touched on a little bit is believing that this is going to happen. Okay, that's part of the visualizing. Knowing that deep in your soul there, into your heart, is just amazing. It's absolutely amazing. You're not on this path alone, and that's what I think a lot of us forget. And I can vouch for that. Okay, I have experienced a lot of those miracles, those synchronicities that happen in life that have led me to some really wonderful things. But that's been a result of my patience, my perseverance, and believing that what I'm trying to create is going to happen here. So, what do you need to do every day? What are the habits, the patterns that you have to create in your life to keep you healthy, to keep you vibrant, to keep that energy flowing? Well, it's going to be feeding yourself correctly, okay? Don't feed yourself crap. There's crap, all kinds of stuff out there that is not good for your engine, okay? Stay away from that. Educate yourself. I'll tell you when again, this lecture I gave, or this presentation I gave this past weekend, processed meats are like a #1 carcinogen according to the World Health Organization. I want you to look up as to what a processed meat is. It's anything that is cured or smoked or added taste to, chemicals, anything like that to try to make it taste really good. That's a processed meat. Canned meat is. It just blew me away as to the big list there. So do me a favor, look up what processed meat is. That gives you an idea as to what you should stay away from. These highly salted meats as well. Just a class 1 carcinogen. Same up there. It's on the same level as tobacco smoking, plutonium, which was pretty incredible. And what was the other one? I know it was cigarette smoking, tobacco, plutonium, and there was one other one there as to what that was on. But look up processed meat there. But anyway, these are habits you got to get into doing every day there. Stay on the right track. Get back on that right track. Visualize and step into those shoes of who you want to be. Let your vision pull you forward. That's really important. Let your vision pull you forward as to where you want to go. See yourself happy. See yourself walking that beach. See yourself stretching and journaling and eating healthy and doing all the right things, getting exercise there, and plan your life. Okay. This is an active thing you need to do there. This is, touch upon that visualization as often as you can, keep stepping into it. Oh, that's what the other one was asbestos. Thank you, Leslie. That's another one of the class 1 carcinogens was asbestos. Okay, so this goes to show you where processed meat lies, plutonium, asbestos, and tobacco smoking. So anyway, plan your life, okay? Take the steps that you are going to plan. Don't let other people or other entities plan it for you, okay? Take charge of your life here. So that's the first one. The second one, in manifesting your big dream, is to figure out what skill building you need to do, and make that a priority, okay? If you want to be a speaker, well, you need to learn how to speak. If you want to be a writer, well, you better start writing. It's these things you got to step into and start doing there and learn those skills if you don't have them right now, what they are. And some of these might involve giving up your comfort and your stability a little bit to do this, going back to school, spending money on yourself. That was one thing that I thought about for a while. When I finally got my kids through college and they were out and graduated and off on their own, it was a decision for me to say, okay, I'm going to start investing in myself now, okay, in my dream of who I want to be. And I really didn't know what it was at that time, but I stepped into that anyway, and I started expanding and looking and trying to become more aware of what it was and who I wanted to be there. I found mentors, I found people that aligned with my way of thinking, and I followed them and listened to them. And that just led to so many other things. That's part of it. That's part of it. If you want to be on the internet, you've got to learn how to use the internet, or create websites and produce on a regular basis. That sort of things. Like my doing these Facebook Lives here. This is something that has built up my courage, has my self-confidence. I feel so much more comfortable talking now than when I did in the past. I don't know, some of you may have seen my first video. In fact, I didn't post it because I was so embarrassed about it, but it came out vertical rather than horizontal. Again, you learn as you go along. I can look back on that and laugh. I mean, at the time I was pretty self-conscious about it, but and then it was like getting up in front of these people here at this retreat here. I felt comfortable doing it. I wasn't shaking in my shoes here or sweating or, and that's a result of my stepping in and risking my being willing to be uncomfortable with what I'm doing there. Because the more you do it, the easier it's going to get for you. So that's part of what you need to do, is to build your skills there, risk doing it. It might mean going back to school, it might be just stepping in and trying what you've always wanted to do. It might be reaching out to other people, finding mentors, contacting them, finding out, telling them what you want to do and how you want to, what you think you want to do, and they can give you some shortcuts or some lessons along the way. That's worked remarkably well for me. I know I've done a lot of that. I've got some people, some friends that I'm in contact with every week that I talk to, and that's just a real blessing there. So learning a skill set is kind of like a pathway to your vision there, is to where you want to go and how you want to do it there. So, that takes risk. It takes courage. It takes perseverance again, and like I said, it might involve a little bit, discomfort, stepping out of your comfort zone, but you got to make a commitment. You got to be willing to compromise some of the things in your life right now to build and to bring those skills to you. The skill sets are the pathways to your dream, stepping in, risking, trying new things there. So, okay, number 3, build your network, interconnect. And I've touched upon that a little bit. Again, reach out. What is it that you wish to achieve? Who in your industry is doing it? Reaching out to them, touching them, befriending these people, what is your, and be clear on what your mission is. If you don't know what your mission is or what it is exactly, work on that. Be able to explain that to someone, find out who the industry titans are, the big names in what you're doing there, and, contact them. Like I said, reach out. Okay. And the 4th one is to make your move sooner than later. Okay. You know how many of us, myself being one of them, where I've waited so long for things to be perfect, for it to be the right time, or to build up my confidence. It took me forever before I did my first Facebook Live. It took me forever. And it was finally one of my friends that I mentioned that I talk to each week who said, Glenn, do it this Monday. Do it this Monday. Tell me that if you're serious about this, do it this Monday. And I made that commitment to do it, and I did it. And like I said, I really screwed it up. I think the subject matter was still decent, but like I said, the video and everything else I screwed up. But that's part of it. Make the bold move sooner than later. My doing this retreat, it was an opportunity that landed in my lap, okay? Aging with vitality was the topic. Wow. I mean, that's right up my line here. And, like I said, I could fill up 7 hours there with various speakers as well as myself here talking about this. And I think it went wonderfully well here. But I did it. I chose to do it as opposed to hemming and hawing or hesitating. I've got a couple other speaking engagements lined up. I want to build on that. Okay. I want to keep building on that. I want to keep doing these Facebook Lives and put together programs down the road. I have my dreams and visions here too as to what I want to do. So it's a matter of just getting out and doing it. Okay. You're ready now. You're ready now. If you've got a dream, don't put it off. You're ready now. If you've got that house on that island that you want, you're ready for it. Start doing it. Start stepping into that, doing what you need to do to make that happen. Okay? Quit putting it off. It's too easy to do. It's so easy to come up with reasons why, or blaming, or just saying, having that doubt, that doubt holding you back there. So you're ready. You're ready. But part of this is doing it every day. The people are really successful. A lot of them started off young. Well, we may not be young right now. Again, like I said, we had our careers. Now we're going to start on our vocations, okay? You have 20, 30 years maybe to work on this, to really make something out of it. And start doing it every day. Start doing it every day. Don't wait. If you want to be a writer, write. If you want to be a filmmaker, start filming. If you want to be a speaker, start speaking. Get out there and do it. Reach out to those people. And I mentioned one of those things, so those are the 4 things here that I wanted to mention here, but I want to talk a little bit about doubt. How does one handle doubt? Because I know that sure beat me up there a long time. It was having doubt, who am I? Who am I to do this? Who am I to be an authority? Who am I to use my voice, and why should people listen to me? Well, I'll tell you what, you guys, we all have experience. We have life experience. We have wisdom. We have wit. We have, and how do you beat the life experience of that? I mean, that's something you just can't do. We have all of these gifts bottled up inside of us, and each and everybody has different gifts. There's no doubt about that, but those are your gifts there. And it's a perfect time to start bringing those up and finding a useful way, how you can change people's lives, help other people along, extend that hand back to other people, share that information, use your voice. Okay, so many of us are afraid to use our voice to speak up. It's just like, again, that who am I to be an authority here sort of thing. So, and one thing that happens with retirement is that I wish there had been more research into that stage of retirement as we were growing up here. You knew about adolescence, you knew about raising children, you knew about marriage and relationships and all this stuff. Relationships is an ongoing thing. We won't even go there right now. But retirement, I mean, so many of us think that, okay, I'm going to work toward this day, and when I hit that day, everything's going to be just wonderful. No one's going to tell me what to do. I have unlimited freedom. I can travel, like I said, do all these things I've wanted to do. And there's truth to that. You do have unlimited freedom, but you still need structure. Okay. You still need some structure. You still have to have something you're working toward. That growth and learning is so, so important to keeping us young and vibrant. The exercising, the movement, the challenging yourself in any way you can, rethinking who you are, redesigning yourself, repurposing yourself there, and doing it with joy. That's part of the freedom of that. But do something with joy. That's something that, is from the heart, that is really you, who you are there. So, this is an opportunity. I look at this stage of life as being an opportunity, as opposed to get depressed, withdraw, become smaller. Who says that income earning, your best years of income earning are over now? Who says you have to scrimp and save? Why not risk trying to be more, trying to do something, create a new career, create new sources of income, reach out there and help people. Okay. The more genuine and authentic you can be, that money will come. Okay. I don't even think about the money. I really don't, In fact, there is no money at this point right now, but there will be down the road. I know that. I feel that in my gut as I step into the authenticity and of who I am and what I'm trying to do. That's more important to me more than anything, is helping people, especially in the physical and the vitality, and in the beauty lines here. That's another one of my three topics there. But, who says you're too old? Who says that the best of your years of your life are behind you? Who says you have to start living cautiously and conservatively? That's BS. You don't have to be, but we've been so entrained and entranced with this. It's like so many of us do it. Okay. So many of us do it. Man, I want you guys to break out. I want you to bring it all up and out and live and step into that dream of what yours is. So stop listening to those messages. Stop saying these things to yourself. You are ready for this. You are good enough. You are smart enough. You are beautiful enough. You are, you've got everything you need. Start doing it. Okay. It's just a matter of taking action, stepping into it, not worrying about what other people think. Someone brought that up to me at this retreat here, It's like a very wise man a businessman who I respect. He says 20% of the people are going to love you, 20% are going to hate you, and the other 60% are just making up their mind. Okay, you are never going to please everybody, so just accept that. Okay, what is more important is that you speak your truth. I'll say that again. You speak your truth, what is right for you. Okay, and go into depth in that. Figure out what that truth is and why it's true for you. And share your stories. Share your story along those stories are just so powerful. So 4 things as far as the doubt goes. Commit to something big, that dream of yours, and go for it. Okay, take action. Put one step in front of the other there. Make it a daily thing. Step into those shoes of who you want to be. Okay, recognize that you do have a calling for leadership. There are people who need to hear what you have to say. There are people out there whose lives you can change. And it doesn't have to be millions. It doesn't have to be thousands. It doesn't have to be hundreds. It can be 2 or 3 if you want. But there's still someone's life there that you are going to change by speaking up and becoming who you are and letting that just flow, letting it flow and blossom within you there. And the third one is just, again, this has kind of been the over theme, is committing to action. This is the right time for you. It's not like tomorrow is going to be better or another day down the week. You are ready now. You are ready right now to do this. Okay. And the last one, number 4, is just recognize the humanity in every person you meet. Okay. I know I have been a screw up. I know I have been difficult to live with. I know that I have many shortcomings. I am not a perfect human being. Neither are you. Okay. I've had my good days. I've had my bad days. So have you. Okay. Let's watch how we judge people. Okay. And let's be more compassionate and loving and understanding, because that person might just be having a screw up day, the one who cut you off on the road, that you're flipping the bird to or something, as you might have done to someone else, not knowing and not doing it purposely. Okay. We all are screw ups. So recognize the humanity in each other. We're so much more alike and similar than we are different. That's so true. We all have our baggage that we bring with us, that we've had to deal with, that's been passed on us through generations, but we are all still more alike than different. So my message is to stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting yourself. Risk stepping into that. Use your voice. Speak up. Be vibrant. Be alive. Be bold. Be passionate. Be enthusiastic. Choose to be extraordinary. Choose to be the extraordinary person that you are. Bring that up. Let it happen. Okay, good. That's my spiel for today there anyway, as far as making that dream happen. I hope it's touched something in you. If it has, and you think somebody else might gather some inspiration out of this, please share it with other people here. I always have a quote, so let me grab my quote here. This is one I like. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. As we are liberated from our own fear, our present automatically liberates others. And that's a Marianne Williamson quote here, and I'll read it one more time. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. I believe that. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And I want you to liberate others as well here. So anyway, thank you for taking time out of your Monday night here to be here with me. I'll be back Monday night. I don't have any idea what the topic's going to be. I usually figure that out as I get closer to it. And if you have anything you'd like for me to talk about, please message me back. Let me know. I'm all about trying to help and reach out. And if you guys have anything pressing issues, whether it be relationships, all these 50 plus challenges that happen in our life, let me know. Okay, let me know, and I'll do a talk on that. So anyway, thank you very much for attending. This is Glenn from Thrive After 50 signing out. Have yourself a wonderful night. Bye-bye.